you've got Vem Miller, right? So we heard about the third attempted assassination of President Trump. What we heard in the press conference was your deputies thwarted the attempted assassination of President Trump. So you got info, because I want to understand this. You got your information from your deputies. They passed over the information to you. Did you vet that information before you made that comment? And then the Epic Times comment where you said that he said, Van Miller said, I am here to kill President Trump. So I want to understand, Sheriff, help me to understand.
Well, that's absolutely not a fact. What was told to us, relayed through numerous people, through the FBI, the Secret Service, and my staff, from line staff up to management, was that he admitted he was there to shoot the president. And then shortly after that, we were told, hey, he didn't say that. We've listened to the recordings to say it, and we don't know who started that. We don't know who said that, but we've listened to the recordings. He didn't say it, and that's why it was corrected. So the problem with all of this is I can tell who has influenced you, and I can tell what side you're on and where you lie on this.
Sheriff, I like you. I want you to get this for a second. I like you. I looked at your bio. And I'm blown away. I'm like, dang. And do you know there were people who had come to me who said, you got to have him speak at Take Our Border Back. You got to have him speak. So my heart is, I believe the best in you. So I've got all these great things I see. And then I have these other things over here. And I'm looking at Gavin Newsom and I want him out. So I want to make sure that you're not going to kowtower to anybody that comes in to try to move you in a direction. I want to make sure that you're someone who's going to stand firm and let nothing move you.
The proof that I'm not going to kowtower is I will never admit to something that we didn't do, say something that we didn't do, or bow down to this. Really, it's amounting to pretty much, in the court's words of another court case involving Mr. Miller, is cyberbullying, somehow where he thinks he's going to influence me or get me to do something because of public pressure. He really has absolutely no idea who he's dealing with, because that's never going to happen. And another problem with hardcore patriotic Americans that claim to be, the good, strong, hard right patriotic Americans, they don't believe one single thing they see on TV. But every single one of them believe this. Every single one of them. Every single one of them believe what the media wanted them to see on that stupid press conference. You've never seen the whole press conference because the whole press conference doesn't get out by the media. The entire press conference, and that really isn't even what I said. What I actually said in that news clip was based on all the information that we had at the time. And then I laid out the information. We had a man showing up after 2 attempts on the president's life. He knowingly showed up after being advised no weapons on scene. He knowingly showed up with 2 loaded guns in his car. The car was not registered. It had fake license plates, and he had multiple IDs, including passports, in multiple different names. So that's the information we know.
Yes.
So based on
Sheriff, you did say that.
So
and
based
then,
on
and then you finished with this
what
statement.
We do know is he showed up with multiple passports with different names, an unregistered vehicle with fake license plate, and loaded firearms. If you're asking me right now, I probably did have deputies that prevented the third assassination attempt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kim, so here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with me, the media, and my history as the sheriff. I am, and I always will be, the most transparent sheriff that the country has ever seen. I'm not afraid of the media. My press conferences go hours because I'll answer anything and I detail as much as I possibly can. So I didn't say, if we had evidence that there was an attempted assassination, we would have arrested him for assassinating the president, or attempted assassination. We arrested him for weapons and for the registration. That's what he was arrested for. That's what we could arrest him for. The rest of all of that is up to Secret Service and the FBI because it is their jurisdiction to protect the president. What they do with it is irrelevant to me. And the questions that they were asking there and after what I said in that interview was, time, we thought we probably did. What would the normal person think? Holy crap, at a Trump rally?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, if I heard that information and I hadn't done the research to see what were the passports, what was his ID, why didn't he have, the license? Like, now I've done the research to understand those things. So I may have thought the same thing, but also I know, being in a leadership position, I am responsible for the words I say. So if I say something like that, man, oh my gosh, if this guy was not planning to kill Trump, I've just ruined his life.
That is absolutely not true, and that's great that you have that opinion. But
Well,
do you
I
know
mean, that's the public, that we what we say matters. We leaders, what we say matters. People listen to it. They take it at face value.
And I said, based on what we knew at the time, on what we arrested him for, we believed at the time that we probably did. Then I continued to say, now that he's out of jail and he's giving these big old long statements and he's telling what he was there for and everything else, I actually said, I hope he's telling the truth. What he says now that he's out of jail is completely irrelevant. It truly is, because now he's not going to get out of jail and say, oh yeah, I was there to kill the president. He isn't going to say that. And what I said was, I hope he's now telling the truth. I really do.
Well, he's
Because
spending
then
time with
nothing
the
will happen.
president at Mar-a-Lago. I don't think he's going to kill the president, but I think here's the deal.
That's irrelevant,
I can
Kim.
imagine, Sheriff,
It's
I can
irrelevant.
imagine that all of these experiences are really, for any of us, they would put us in a position that they're teaching us. There's learnings from all of this. So